Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you the university talk that you need to hear as you start university. I'm going to try to keep it as casual as possible to keep it similar to the way I talked to my sister before she left. As you can see, I have my tea, so get comfy with me and just sit back and kind of let's chat about some of the things that you're going to be going through while you're in university and what you should expect and what you should expect of yourself to make sure that you have the best university experience possible. So if you just started university, you just moved in, or you're just about to start university, then this is the talk that you need to hear. So one of the things that you need to keep in the back of your mind when heading into university is that you need to always be respecting yourself. So when I say respect yourself, it's kind of in all ways. Everything from your body to your mind. So what I mean by respecting your body, you've probably guessed it. You probably know where I'm going with this. But I know what my mom used to tell me is that your body is a temple, and it's super cheesy, but it's very true. And in university, it's really, really easy to just hook up with a bunch of people. There's a lot of that going on. And I suggest just respecting yourself enough to know what your boundaries are and what you're comfortable with, because you wouldn't want to ever have any regrets. And if you're always respecting yourself, then you know that you're going to be doing things that you won't regret. So if you're doing something while you're drunk, for example, and you know that the next morning or a week from now that you're going to regret it, you probably shouldn't be doing it. So just always try to keep that in the back of your mind and ask yourself when you're doing something, is what I'm doing right now respecting myself? Is it respecting my body, or is it causing me harm? And that's super cheesy, but I'm kind of coming from an older sister perspective, because when you're younger, that's not something you're really going to think of, but you really do want to respect yourself as much as you can. And that's everything from hooking up to respecting what you're putting in your body, making sure that you're eating healthy as much as you can. Obviously indulge sometimes because you do want to live a little, but don't be just eating pizza every single day. You gotta respect what you have. So with that also is making sure that you're exercising, doing things that are healthy for your body, and not doing things that are going to harm your body, because if you do, then you're really going to regret it, whether that be in the next few years or a decade down the line. You might look back and wish you had respected yourself a little bit better. So I just hope that by telling you guys this, you'll kind of have this in the back of your mind now when you're in university, and you'll think always to respect yourself. The next thing that you really need to be thinking about when you're in university is to always try new things. If you're that person that is super shy and never really went to a party in high school and are really, really nervous about going to a party, push yourself. It's okay to go a little bit out of your comfort zone and try new things, because this is the perfect opportunity and place to do that. There are so many people like you who are in the same position and are kind of nervous to try new things too, but you just have to kind of take the plunge and do it, because you might not get that opportunity later in life to try those things. And university is really the place to really kind of push yourself and see what you really like, see what you don't like, and kind of try different things that you haven't tried before. So if you are on the other end and you're a person that always parties, push yourself to put in an extra study day that week. Push yourself to do something that you're not used to, because then you're going to grow from it and you're going to learn new things. But if you just stay in that box that you're used to throughout your entire life, you're not really going to get the full experience, and you're not really going to be able to grow as a person. So just make sure that you're pushing yourself, trying new things, exploring who you are as a person, and figuring yourself out, because this is the time to do that. So push yourself out of your comfort zone, because again, you do not want to have any regrets once you're done university. Another thing that you want to keep in mind in university is that now you're going to have way more independence and way more responsibility, and you need to be very careful what you do with that. As Spider-Man says, with a great power comes great responsibility. So that is completely true. Now that you're on your own and you have some independence and you don't have your parents kind of over your shoulder all the time, you kind of have some more power in the sense of independence and ability to do what you want. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. And I'm not just talking about managing your money and doing your laundry, things like that, but I'm talking about you have a responsibility to do what you need to do to get the most out of this experience. And a part of that is making sure you go to class on time, making sure you hand in your assignments, making sure you go out and have some fun and you're not just stuck in your room always studying. You need to have a really great balance while in university so that you don't go insane. And to do that is a lot of responsibility for yourself, because nobody's going to do that for you. So you really just need to kind of take charge and be responsible for your experience. Make sure you make the best out of it, because Nobody's gonna help you, nobody's gonna push you, nobody's gonna do that for you. You have to be responsible enough within yourself to do what you need to do in terms of class and to do what you need to do in terms of just outside of life, hanging out with friends, taking care of things at home, cleaning, cooking, all those kinds of things. You have to be responsible for that now, and you have to kind of own that independence. I know that my sister just went to university, and while I was on the phone with her, she was telling me that there was a spider, and guess what? She had to deal with it herself. There was no calling my dad or my brother to come kill it for her. She had to kill it for herself. So you kind of have to just own that this is now your new life by yourself. You've got to figure out how to be independent and how to be on your own, because in life, at the end of the day, the person that is always with you is yourself. So you have to know how to be with yourself and only yourself. So this is the perfect opportunity to kind of figure out that independence and really be responsible for your own happiness and your own success. And on top of that, responsibility that you really gain as well is responsibility for others and how you treat them. With this newfound kind of independence, you really can do whatever you want. You can be really mean and terrible to somebody if you want, and nobody's going to really call you out on it. You want to treat other people with the same respect that you expect them to treat you. Now that you're an adult, you have the responsibility to be a good person. So if you see somebody who's sitting by themselves and they look like they don't really have any friends, be that friend. Don't be that person that's kind of talking about them with your friends, about how they're lonely and all that kind of stuff. You be the person that's gonna make a difference, because at the end of the day, you're all kind of in the same boat. You're all nervous, you're all scared, you all kind of don't know what to expect. So just always have that in mind, that somebody else is in the exact same position as you. So you want to treat that person with as much kindness as possible, because you know exactly how that person feels, because you are that person. So always treat people with the respect that you would want treated towards you. Don't be that person that's playing with people's emotions and kind of taking advantage of people. Be that person that everybody kind of thinks of as somebody that's really fun to be around and that's super nice. Because now, as an adult and somebody that's going out on their own, you have a responsibility to really treat people with respect. Another thing that you really want to keep in mind, and that I really told my sister when she was leaving for university, is that you should never give up on yourself. Things are not always going to go as planned. You might have this whole plan in your head that you're going to get 100% on every assignment and you're going to do amazing and you're going to be on the dean's list, you're going to graduate with a job before anybody else and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is that as soon as that plan doesn't go according to what you thought, you can't just crumble under the pressure and just give up. You have to always believe in yourself and always bounce back from things. So if you get a bad mark on an assignment, don't give up. Don't just throw in the towel and the next assignment you have in that class, you just do it the night before and kind of don't really put in your full effort. Still put in your full effort and try and figure out how you can fix problems that come up. So if you do bad on an assignment, go ask your prof why you did bad. Ask them for help. Ask somebody in your class for help. Always try and find a solution to set yourself up for as much success as possible. Never settle and never just give up on yourself because of one bad thing or a few bad things. There are always options and there's always things that you can do to help yourself. Because I know university can be super hard and it's not going to be what you expect. I remember getting a mark back and getting a really poor mark. I had never received a mark like that before and I was just so upset. And if I had given up on myself at that point and just been like, well, I'm throwing in the towel, every assignment for this class I'm just gonna not really try because the assignment that I tried on, they gave me a bad mark, then that would have really sucked. Because guess what? When I received that mark, the next assignments that I did, I made sure to check in with the prof and made sure to ask friends before submitting anything. And I ended up really recovering my grade in that class and it didn't end up as bad as I thought. And had I given up and just thrown in the towel, then I really would have ended that class with a really bad mark, which would have really set me up for a lot of issues down the line. So always believe in yourself, because nobody's going to be there to believe in yourself for you. You have to be your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter. You have to be that person, because nobody's going to be holding your hand and pushing you to be the best that you can be. You have to push yourself, because everybody has someone in there that is amazing that they just need to work hard on breaking out. So don't give up on yourself. Always believe that you can do whatever you put your mind to, because you really can. So never stop trying and congratulate yourself on your successes and always work on your failures. And learning to push through those hard times when things don't go as planned is really going to help make you a better person for the future, for when you have really hard times, whether that be you lose a job, you can't get a job, or you have a lot of pressure at home, or whatever it might be. You're going to be better prepared for those things because you pushed through the hard times while you're in university. So never stop trying, because you really owe it to yourself so that you can make yourself the best version that you can be. And you've honestly already got yourself this far to get into university, so there's no point in giving up if something doesn't go as you planned. So the last thing that you need to know about your university experience is that it's going to go by in the blink of an eye. Honestly, university goes by so fast. I cannot even believe that university for me is done. It feels like it was just yesterday that I was there, and it's been almost a year and a half now that I haven't actually been in university, and I miss it. Like, I miss just the freedom and just the independence of just kind of doing what you want to do and not having as much pressure or having a 9-to-5 job. It's similar to what I said in my things I wish I knew when I was a teenager video. You just don't realize how much you're gonna miss things that you're able to do until they're gone. And a lot of things that I was able to do in university, just being able to go to class and then hang out with friends after, or go to a party, or go to on-campus events, or check out one of the sports games going on, all those kinds of things, it's just like your own little community, and you're not gonna have that forever. You're gonna move on and you're gonna kind of get into real life and real adulting. And so take advantage of all those things that you have now. Don't wish for it to go by because you have a bunch of assignments or it's really difficult with all the readings. Yeah, that stuff is hard, but appreciate all the other things, all the fun stuff that you get to do, because you're not gonna always have that. And you're not gonna have as much free time when you're older, when you do have a 9-to-5 job or whatever job that you do have. You're gonna have a lot more responsibilities and things that you have to do, and you're not gonna have that same community kind of feeling where everything is just in close proximity and everybody kind of knows each other and you can just hang out with friends whenever you want. It's just a different feeling when you're in university, and you're not gonna really get that feeling again once you leave. So you really wanna just appreciate it while you have it and really make the most out of it. Explore as much as you can, do as many things on campus as you can. Just really try to have the best time possible and make this the best time of your life for you to grow as a person and for you to experience things as a person, because there's going to be no better time in your life to experience everything than when you're in university. So make sure that when you're leaving university, you do not have any regrets. You don't think to yourself, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. If you're thinking, maybe I want to do something, just do it. Just do it and then look back later, because if you did it and you didn't like it, then at least you know that. But if you don't even try, then you're never gonna know. So enjoy it while you can, because your university experience is gonna fly by before you even know it. So really try to make the most of it while you can. Well, that's the talk. Those are the things that you need to hear before heading off to university. And I could probably go on for another 2 hours about this, because there's just so many things that you always just want to keep in the back of your mind while you're in university that I've learned in looking back now and reflecting on my experience in university. But I'm not going to keep you guys that long. These were just the top ones that I really think that you guys should know as you start this new chapter. So hopefully this helped kind of put things in perspective for you so that you don't make any big mistakes or have any regrets when you finish university. So hopefully you found this talk helpful. I know that I wish I had a kind of an older sister figure to kind of give me this talk when I was going into university, and unfortunately I didn't, but I was able to give this talk to my younger sister who just left for university. So I'm hoping that this conversation is coming to you guys with kind of that older sister vibe. So if you do have any questions about any of the things that I talked about today, or you just have other concerns about university that you'd really like answered, just make sure to comment those down below and I will answer them. But my legs are cramping so much from sitting cross-legged this whole time. I need to stretch out. Whew. Okay. Well, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and turn on the notification bell. And comment down below and let me know if you already started university, if you're about to start university, and which lessons you'll be keeping in the back of your mind in university now that you watch this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out my video on the things you need to know before starting university. And as always, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos on university and life advice. See you guys next time. Bye.